Hey Scoops, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to make the most bucks in Adopt Me. These tips are really hard to find and actually quite original, unlike some people's tips, so I'm going to be helping you guys out because sometimes we can be a little broke. So my first tip, like I always say in these videos, is to build your inventory. I know my last video I said this, and then the video before I said this, but building your inventory is so important no matter what you're doing in Adopt Me. Literally, as long as you build your inventory, you should have enough money. Like once you build your inventory, if you understand kind of what I'm saying, is make sure you do this with a trusted friend, because if you're doing this with like someone you don't know and just met in the server and like you haven't known them for a long time, then I wouldn't recommend to do this. But since I've known this person for like a really long time and she has a bunch of bucks in Adopt Me and I need some bucks and I just have some randoms, I could sell those pets for bucks, and those pets would actually, maybe I don't need them or I have dupes of them, and it will actually help us a lot because right now our main goal is just to get a bunch of bucks. And actually in one of my old videos, one of the tips is to get a bunch of bucks, because once we get bucks, obviously we can buy all the new items, and no matter what update, there's always something you have to buy for bucks. So I think getting bucks, you need it. So my second tip is to be a baby while you're grinding. So personally, I never be a baby because it's kind of annoying to have tasks at the same time. But Adopt Me kind of changed a few things around, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to turn into a baby. Because it used to be like you just click dress up and then it had baby and pet here every time it showed up. But now it's here at the bottom. And if I want to switch to a baby, as you can see, it gives me tasks as well as my pet. So this is like making 2 times the bucks just because you're like a baby, and that's so good because we need all the bucks we can get. And once we get all these bucks, that's going to be great because once we get all our bucks, we can spend them however we like. This tip is super important because once you've turned into a baby, you get double the tasks, and double the tasks means double the money, and double the money means more money faster. When I'm making money in Adopt Me, it's super important to make sure you're grinding as a baby, because if you're not, you're just wasting time and effort to age up one pet, even when you could do it with 2. Adding on to this tip is to have alt accounts, because alt accounts are actually going to make you super easier to trade. Now, say for you don't have any alt accounts like me, like I have multiple devices, but Roblox just doesn't work on them for some reason because they're so old and chopped, and yeah, we just can't use them. So I use my friend's accounts. So hear me out here. So if my friend is safe for it, really trusted, I've known her for a really long time, and we always grind together. We always, whenever I join someone, we grind together and we have fun because, I'll be a baby, she'll be an adult, and we get out her pets, and we'll get out my pets. And especially if you have the Handler Pro, like, certificate thing, which is literally the next tip. If you have that, it's also making you double the money. So quadruple the money because you have a friend, you have yourself, and you have the other pet, and you have the other pet. So that's 4 times the money you're getting instead. But if you were just like this, you would only be getting 1 times the money, and you would not be making much bucks at all. My next tip is to actually buy the Pet Handler Pro certificate. Now, you may be asking, what is this certificate? Well, it's actually in the shop right here. And if you click on the shop, you can see that there's a bunch of things you can buy with Robux. So as you can see here, right under the hippogriff pet, you can buy this Pet Handler Pro certificate. This makes it so you can use 2 times equip pets. You can equip 2 pets for 30 days. So you don't have to buy it for 250 Robux, but like if you can't find anyone to trade, someone can trade it to you, but if you cannot find anyone to trade it to you, then it might be the best thing to do if you just go ahead and buy it. Because it's cheap, 250 Robux compared to the rest of the things in the shop. Like one pet is 600 Robux. Like, I think it's a pretty good deal. You can get to equip 2 pets, 2 times money, 2 times everything. Or you could get this subscription for £299 and you can equip 2 pets forever, like as long as you're subscribed. So you don't have to pay for Pet Handler Pro, and it's not for 30 days. And let's see, you get the Pet Handler Pro for 30 days, but you get it every month. So it's like, if you understand, and that will make it so you can, obviously just, you can make extra money, which is exactly what we need in this video. The next tip is to do the jobs. So say before I go to the hospital, and this isn't the best job, but this is just the closest job to me. If we go into the hospital, we can see that there's 2 mannequins on the side near the hospital bed. As you can see, there's one that says now hiring 15 per minute and another that says now hiring 15 per minute, but they're 2 different jobs, but it doesn't really matter which one you pick because they do the same thing. So when you click on this, it's, as you can see, we can just be AFK and the money, like progress bar, is just going up. And while the progress bar is going up, as you can see, it's night, so it's closed right now. But like once the progress bar goes up, you're getting a lot more money, and even without having to do any tasks. So that's getting good if you're AFK farming and you're away from like everything, and you're away from your device, and you just need to make some 50 bucks quite quickly, and you're not bothered to do any tasks safer. This tip is super important as well, because when you are making money, you're not really bothered, or you're AFK farming, these jobs can be really helpful, and they can also pay well because obviously, we want to make money without having to do any work. The only downside of this is when you do have a job, your pet won't get tasks except for I think like the sleep task, food task, and a drink task. But yeah, you wouldn't get the salon task, you won't get the pizza task, you won't get playground task. Like you won't get all the really good tasks. Without those tasks, you're obviously not going to be making as much money as you are, but it obviously makes it up because you're in the job and you're making loads of money. My next tip is to know the schedule of when your tasks come up. So Adopt.me actually has their tasks on rotation, so I'll put an image on the screen, but here is how it works. You'll have the blue task every day, obviously, but every 3 nights you'll have the camping task. After the camping task, you'll always get the sick task, and you'll get either one of the like the pizza or salon. This is super important so you can know where you have to be before you're even at the place. So if I see I have camping task, I'll know that tomorrow I'll have the sick task, so I can go to the hospital and already be there before I even have to do anything, before I'm supposed to be there, so I can just get there and get money as quickly as possible. This can be super good and super important if you want to make the most money possible, and this is how many rich Adopt.me players use their time to learn these things, and it's not really that hard to learn them. This is how most Adopt.me players actually stay rich, and once we stay rich, we're obviously making more money, and that's what we want, because with these, we know when our tasks are coming, and this is really important because when we know when our tasks are coming, we can be there and we can use our time with our best qualities. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you and all the support I've been getting lately, especially from my favorite YouTubers. And I just really want to thank you guys for watching this far, and make sure to comment down this below if you've watched to the end. Bye!